Welcome, one and all, to an exciting episode of Knightlife. I am Aaron, as always, your host, and I'm joined by the wonderful.
The wonderful Joel.
Oh, I like that. That's for your new title.
Yes.
That's awesome. So we have an exciting. Actually, Father's Day is coming up.
It
This
is.
time of recording, I don't think this. Well, let's see when this episode comes out. But I'm
Yes.
assuming it'll be past, but it shouldn't be too far gone.
Shouldn't be.
By the time this episode comes up, but we've had a plan to talk about being a new father.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things, which Joel here has some firsthand experience in. But before we jump into that, why don't we say the Our Father real quick as a prayer?
Absolutely.
Take off the hat.
I gotta take off the hat.
off the hat.
Yep. Yep.
Name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Our
Our
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
In the name of the
Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. There we are. Put the wonderful Regal Rebel hat back on.
Oh,
There you go.
absolutely.
That
I gotta
wonderful,
have a shameless plug.
kind of robin's egg blue, would you say, is the color? Sky blue?
Yeah, I really don't know. It's part of my merch shop for,
I like
for
it.
that stuff.
I like the light blue and that kind of electric orange color. It's very nice.
Yeah, I really like this hat quite a bit. It's probably my favorite one.
Can I get one?
Absolutely.
Ooh, I would love to have one.
Yeah, I can get you the link, definitely.
Ooh, please send me
Yeah,
the link.
I won't add it on here.
Oh, okay, no, we get that.
I wish I could, but I
No,
can't.
we're not advertising here. But I'm sure if anyone wants to get one, they can find where it is. It's a
Yeah,
quick
absolutely.
search. Anyways.
Yep.
But before we shill our products on accident, because we actually didn't plan to do that. I just happened to
we
bring it
didn't.
up. This
That
is
was
me
great.
putting Joel in a slightly awkward situation. But we're talking about being a new father today. Speaking about getting to slightly awkward situations, is being a new father ever slightly awkward at all? Just speaking from experience, not to throw you into a random tangent
No,
right off the bat. But
I genuinely wouldn't say it's awkward.
good.
That is
Interesting.
I guess that's not something I've ever heard anybody ask before. So that's a new question for me.
good.
You know, as a new dad, I can't think of any time where it was actually awkward.
Good.
You know, I would say the expecting the child
Mm-hmm.
is more awkward as the dad than being an actual dad.
Okay, interesting. Well, let's
Yeah.
get into that then,
Yeah.
because I know we wanted to start we wanted to kind of move in different phases here, kind of following the development of the child, because
Yeah.
obviously that's the important thing of being a father is the kid, right?
Very much so, yeah.
So you, Joel, again, you are 28 years old, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You have been married for how long now?
5 years now.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
first off, congratulations on 5 years of marriage.
you.
And you have one child who is how old again?
He's 2.
2 years old.
Yep.
Okay, so almost half of your marriage now has been covered by being a father, right?
Just about,
Roughly.
yep.
And you have a second one who's almost here.
Yeah,
right?
expecting him really any day this week, even.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, again, congratulations to you and your wife on
Thank
that.
you very much.
Can't wait to meet the little tyke.
Yeah, same.
And again, you have one boy and it's another boy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So again, you are a very proud father.
Very
you have
much so.
You have two kids basically. One basically here.
Yep.
Right. And so we wanted to talk about. Okay. Well, why don't you start? Because again, you're the father here.
Sure.
I guess just take the speaking stick here. Like, how
Okay.
does the whole okay. Let's not ask. I don't want to word anything awkwardly. We all know how the process of becoming a father looks like, but I mean, like, okay, when you got married, like, was your thought to instantly, okay, we're just gonna have kids right away, or are we gonna try to quote unquote wait? Obviously, we're Catholic, so
Yeah.
I understand. But there's still that process of like, do we just try to have a kid now? We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna try to kind of space out the pregnancy, maybe get settled a little bit.
Yep.
What's the idea? But obviously, you got married. You were hoping to have kids, right?
Yeah. So we got married, and we already had many conversations about kids. Right?
Good.
So we knew we were
a
on
good
the same
starting
page.
point.
Yeah, it's a great starting point. It really is, making sure you're on the same page with that.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I wanted about 3 kids. She was like on that 4 mark.
Okay.
So we settled and said 4.
She got what she wanted.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like that's not so bad with like you're
No.
like 3, 4. I mean, it's not like someone out here is like, well, I want 10 and I want none. Like
Right.
3 and 4. Okay, you can. That's not that
Yeah,
bad.
no,
That's
it
a
wasn't
pretty
even
good
it
spot
wasn't
to be
even
at.
a tension mark.
Yeah.
I just always make that joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, so got married in the height of COVID 2020
Mm-hmm.
and moved to Rochester, Minnesota, started a whole new career all at the same time. So with
Doing
that,
a lot. Very busy.
it was a
man.
lot all at once. And so yeah, it was very much just utter chaos. So we knew we were going to postpone the whole having kids at least a little bit until we're a little bit more settled.
Yep.
We knew that we wanted to wait until my wife was done with school and everything as well. So, but doing the whole natural family planning thing as well, you never quite know you have a pretty good idea, but you never quite know if something's going to happen without you knowing.
Yeah.
Not saying that's what happened to us, but it's just one of the things that like when you're married and you're having a physical relationship, you always need to be open to that possibility.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too, is that obviously I'm not advocating for any sort of artificial birth control or anything like that.
Right.
But I would just like to point out that even if you're going to use that, nothing's 100%
nothing's
guaranteed of
100%.
anything. So you might as well
No.
go with natural family planning, because at least at least I'm not sinning. Now I'm
And-
just in my marriage and we're
Exactly.
going this route, and it's a lot better than trying to artificially play God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in a weird way, I shouldn't say weird way, but in a way, it actually brings both of you closer together as well, which was just amazing. It was,
It's like that's the point or something.
yeah, right? Exactly.
Not to sound sassy, but I was saying that's true. That's just true. Yeah.
Yep. So that was pretty awesome. We planned everything out that way, just to avoid the certain times, which is difficult sometimes. But yeah. So then we moved into our house in Fargo actually, and I shouldn't say funny enough, but anyway, my wife's grandfather passed away like the day that we found out that we were pregnant.
Really?
Or the day after, something like that.
Right around that same time.
Yeah, it was within a day. And then so we're getting the cars ready. We got up early one morning to go to the funeral and everything. My car got stolen that night.
What, did it actually?
Yeah, it did actually, out of my driveway.
So real quick, Joel did not walk me through the whole story
didn't.
here, which is fine, and I wanted to hear it for the first time, but I thought, okay, we're going to be talking about the process of becoming a new father, kind of the anticipation of it, and I thought we'd maybe kind of get to that, but now he's taking me on this story of, my car got stolen, which is great. Now I'm enticed into this version. Okay, let's hear this first. I want to hear that.
So my wife, okay, let me just back up a little bit.
Yeah,
So
let's start clear. Let's get the timeline laid out.
yeah, so
Where are we at?
my wife started feel I could tell she was feeling something.
Okay.
Right, that something was possibly conceived, right?
Yes.
And so then she went and took the test, came and actually showed me, and I cried.
Well, okay, so that was your first reaction,
That was
tears of joy.
Yeah,
Yep.
tears of joy,
Well,
big hug,
Okay.
but also dream state.
Mm-hmm.
It did not feel like I expected it to feel, if that makes sense.
Go into that. What does that really mean?
So it's not like it felt better than I expected it to feel. It felt this is going to sound so bad, but it felt almost more empty than I expected it to feel.
Okay.
And that's not necessarily in a bad way. It's just disconnected from that.
It's almost so shocking you're kind of numb to feeling.
A little bit.
It's not that you felt bad or you were terrified or anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't negative. It was just your whole being kind of just flushes for a second. You're like, I can't even feel anything right now.
Yeah.
I think that's,
and I don't know if it had something to do with we were dealing with the grandfather passing or anything too. That was all kind of in the mix.
Did you find out that the car was stolen before or after you found out about the baby?
After.
Okay, all right. So that wasn't a factor in there yet.
No, that wasn't a factor in there yet.
I assume you probably felt kind of empty with the car theft too, but in a different way.
Yeah, very much so. Cause so we got that out of the way. Now we jump into. We woke up at 3 a.m, I think is what it was, to get the car all packed up and go to Aberdeen, South Dakota.
Okay.
So got all the bags and everything we were going to be bringing, and walk outside, and we had our cars in the driveway because we just moved into the house that week, basically, and
so things are really fresh.
Maybe it wasn't that week. Maybe it was a little bit longer. But anyway, we had
pretty recent.
Yeah, pretty
it's
recently.
Still a pretty
moved
new
in.
chapter in the life of Joel.
Yeah, so we still had the garage full of stuff from the apartment that we were gradually getting into the house. So the cars were out in the driveway. We got the call that her grandpa passed away when we pulled into the driveway, and I must have left the keys in the ignition at that point. Because I was focused on consoling my wife. At least that's the excuse that I give.
I mean, that's a good excuse of any, right?
Yeah.
You were legitimately concerned about her.
Yeah,
I guess
very
if you're
much
leave
so.
the keys in the car over that, it's well.
Yeah. So then I'm walking out to the car, at least what I thought the car was, and it's just not there. And I remember that was the furthest thing from my head that the car got stolen. It never happened to me before.
Yeah.
So I walk back inside. I'm like, babe, where'd you park the car? Is it out on the street somewhere? Where'd you park it? And she's like, no, I didn't move it. And I'm like, well, it's not there. And I laughed and everything. And again, not thinking at all about theft.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. And it just clicked in my head. I'm like, okay, well, now I need to call the police. And it was a 2009 Pontiac G8 as well. I want to I'm a car guy. I got to make that clear. I love that
luxury
car.
model, right?
Yeah, I loved that car. It wasn't the GXP or nothing. That was the top of the line, but it was a cool car.
It's a nice car.
Yeah, and so that was the car that got stolen. And
Okay, so real quick, did you get the car back?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's a short story.
Okay, good. Because now I'm like getting enticed. How long is the rest of the story for the car theft? Like,
It's really just like 2 days worth.
okay, so you waited 2 days and then.
No, actually, for that for that car.
Yeah. Oh, have you had multiple cars stolen now?
So let me tell the story.
Okay, just go for it. Just go for it. Take your time. You have all the time in the world.
No, so we got the car
I'm
stolen.
trying to structure this guy, and I realize I'm just doing him a disservice.
Yeah, so
it's the Joel show. Go for it.
Got the car stolen. Called it in, reported it stolen, everything, insurance, whole 9 yards. We got in my wife's car, took off for Aberdeen. Came. No, what was it? Came back home. I got the call like midnight. Didn't actually answer it because I was asleep, but got the call from police saying that they found my car. It was in Moorhead, actually.
Of course it was.
Yeah,
in
of
Moorhead.
course it was in Moorhead. No offense to the good people of Moorhead, but yeah, if something gets stolen, it's probably in the bad part of Moorhead.
Yeah, it has a reputation for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. So actually ended up getting the car back the next day or the following day after that, and then I was like, okay, well, the guy still had my key for it, right? Still had the key for my car. I had the spare key, so we made enough room for that car in the garage quick and put it in the garage. That person, the same person, at least we assume it's the same person, came and stole our other car because apparently I had an extra key to that car in my car that I didn't know about.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so they came back and stole that car. And like the day before, I went and got cameras, from Best Buy and everything, and very good cameras. This is not a knock on the camera company
Did they
at all.
steal your cameras?
No,
Okay.
they didn't. But all we got on the camera footage was the car backing out of the driveway.
Oh my gosh. You were like the premier catch for this.
I was
car
like
thief.
an insurance company's worst nightmare.
Oh,
is what I was. No wonder they dropped me.
Did they actually?
They did actually,
Oh,
but
man.
it turned out to be a blessing. It was State Farm, and I found better insurance for cheaper.
Oh, good.
Elsewhere.
Good.
So that is a knock on State Farm, by the way. Anyway,
We don't need your ads on this podcast.
yeah. But anyway, so that was a whole roller coaster within this whole finding out we're pregnant thing, because it was
Yes.
very much within a very tight window. So it is relevant.
Okay.
I want to make that clear.
All right. How is the tie-in?
Yeah, so it was just very invading of space, and my wife did not feel comfortable for
I
a
would
long time.
imagine.
Yeah, not only did she have like everything going on pregnancy-wise, but it was just very much an invasion of space and privacy, and nothing that I nor her had really gone through before. So it added a whole nother dynamic of we need to lean on each other for this, and that in a weird way brought us closer together as well, and I've never actually thought of it that way, but when I'm talking about it with somebody else like that, it really does kind of open my eyes to, okay, as much as it sucked, we definitely needed each other in that moment. And it was very like emotionally strenuous, yes, but rewarding at the same time, just long run rewarding. It's still a topic of discussion in our household, actually. So
I feel like it'd be a little hard not to talk about it.
yeah,
To be fair.
yeah,
especially
it would.
if you
They
had-
never found the second car.
Oh, that's
by the
too
way.
bad.
So they totaled that one out, and the interior was damaged so bad on my car that they totaled that one as well. So yeah,
Jeez.
I don't know. This has nothing to do with anything, but I don't know what they spilled on my back seat, but it just like melted the back
Oh.
seat. Like it was just gross.
That's
I
gross.
don't know what it was, but
They got some carbonic acid. or
yeah,
something.
I have no idea
Yucky.
what it was, but it was terrible.
Okay, so
but
wrapping
yeah.
back around to
wrapping
the
back
child
around.
rearing story here. So
For the longest time, it was. Or actually, if you have any questions.
okay,
from this
so I guess I'd like to ask because now you distracted me with the car story.
I'm
but
sorry.
I kind
I'm
of
sorry.
like how this has naturally flowed together because it's like a peek into your life. So
A little bit.
I do like that. This is some good quality
I'm
content.
I'm
right
very
here.
much an open book.
That's
I
fair.
mean,
Okay,
I don't.
So when you had gotten married, you were hoping for kids, you were open to life, that sort of thing. You
Yes.
had found out that you were pregnant. You got 2 cars stolen
Yep.
from underneath you. I don't mean to laugh. It's just this.
No,
whole-
you can laugh
that
all
we
you
were
want.
following a trend, and then it's like Joel went for this little
Yeah,
loop here. Okay,
yep.
so now we're getting back on track. Let's see what's a good question to ask. Let's see here. So you I guess you talked about that feeling of kind of emptiness per
Yeah.
se, and then as the months and time went on, what did you begin to feel as like the pregnancy progressed?
So there's that kind of anticipation, obviously. You know that
Well, I can't imagine you have to be so anxious, right?
yeah, I feel like I don't really have to explain that one at all.
It
But
is sort of self-explanatory, isn't it?
yeah. So the anxiety is just kind of a given. Then there comes the still pretty well known one, but just the fear, and it's not even necessarily like actual fear, you know, but it's really that okay, I feel like I don't have my own life together. How am I going to care for this
Yes.
other being that's coming into my life?
It's
you know?
the weight of that responsibility hitting you, right?
Very much so, and especially as a man, and I feel like that just hits harder than most other people, you know, or most women. You know, I feel like
I was
it hits
wondering
harder.
what we were getting at.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
It definitely feels different in a way, though,
It
than
does.
it does for a woman, because obviously both parents feel the need to protect their child and provide for them, but those manifest in different ways.
yes, very much so. So I'm just thinking like, okay, yeah, we're having to make ends meet like crazy as it is. You know, add another mouth into the mix. We gotta feed that one. We whole 9 yards there. And then,
I'm the provider. How am I going to provide for
Yeah.
both my wife and this child? That sort of thing.
very much so. So it's very anxiety riddled that way as well. And just
How did you deal with that? Like, did you have any sort of like, did you take up any sort of hobbies? Did you just try to prepare best
I
you
definitely
could?
took up hobbies.
Well, like
Yeah.
what, for example?
I already had too many hobbies anyway. But big time Star Wars guy, you know. So I started diving into YouTube actually. So I actually started my YouTube channel, which is another shameless plug, I guess.
Okay.
But the
Again,
Regal
we didn't
Rebel.
even plan for this. No one's going to believe us, but
Yeah,
we did
nobody's
not
gonna
plan
believe
that.
it. Yeah.
This just happens to be the story we're telling.
Yeah, but no, I dove into that because like there's a lot of stuff where it's like I want to be able to share this with my kid, so I want to make it something that I can possibly like. If it doesn't turn into anything money wise, fine. But I wanted something that has at least that potential.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
in a weird way. So like I'm
For sure. I mean, YouTube is its own business, as
Yeah,
we know, obviously. Like, I
exactly.
mean, you're trying to provide in your own way, and so it's
Yep.
kind of coming out that way of like, I'd like this. If it did make money, cool. I have a little
Yep.
extra cash flow. But
Yep.
you're also, it sounds like you wanted to share with your kid. You want it to be something that is sort of like, again, something that you can bring to them, right?
Yeah, very much so, and something that you know, because I mean, at this point, spoiler alert, but my son loves doing that with me now.
Oh,
You know,
that's wonderful.
it's one of the main ways that we bond actually, which is kind of cool. It's so much fun, you know, and he makes an appearance in the channel all the time. You know, but it got to the point where like with the 3D printing stuff, he would wake up and it immediately is like, printers? Are we gonna go see printers? It's like, yeah, let's go see printers. You know, that kind of thing. So it's really cool now. But yeah, so I dove into that head first because it's like, okay, that I have some time to be able to do this. I know a lot about Star Wars, so it was really something I could control. You know, that's another thing where I just needed something that I could actually, control.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
sounds like something you could truly get a grip on. Like you
Yeah.
had it down. It was something that was both good for you in the moment, like as a man, because it's something to focus on that was like healthy and a good hobby and was building, towards, your child being born. So it connected in that way. It was a way for you to tie everything together.
Very much
It sounds
so.
like it was a very good, like healthy choice in its own way.
Yeah, without intending it to be like a super healthy choice, you know.
Yeah,
like,
it was
or
just
go-
something
doing
to
it
do
because
for
of that.
fun, but you already started sort of naturally as a father wanting to like have your kid be part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Very much so. And there was just freedom with that too. You know, and then I want to touch on another main feeling that I had that I've never heard other people really talk about before.
Okay.
But just this disconnect. You know, like my wife and I, we've talked about it a lot because I thought there was something wrong with me for the longest time. But just feeling this disconnect from that baby that was growing in my wife's womb. You know, it's very much like you almost don't believe that it's there. And
Well, it's kind of hard to convince yourself, isn't it? in
it
some weird
really
way?
is. Yeah, and I remember the very first time I felt Hayden kick. And it was just a ever so faint, like little tiny thing, and the only reason why I knew it was a kick is because I swear I heard something with it too. Like I had my ear on my wife's belly and everything, and felt just, again, it felt almost like a little twitch is all it felt like, like a muscle twinge. But I swear I heard like a little muffled, boom, that kind of thing. And I remember just like springing up and like, was that a kick? And she's like, yeah, that was, and I was like, you've been feeling that for like all these weeks and you never like shared that with me, that kind of thing. But it is this whole disconnect of, she's got this obvious connection with that baby, and she can feel it moving around and everything, and you don't get any of that.
No,
as the
not
dad,
at all.
So it really is just this disconnect and almost disbelief that it's actually there.
Again, especially for your first, I assume it's a different experience with the second as well, or is it very?
It's actually
similar?
very similar. At least it has been for me.
Okay.
There's obviously more stressors in it because you have this other one that you have to take care of outside. But it's actually like kind of great. He's at the 2-year-old stage now where we can tell him to go grab something, and he'll go grab it for us. So he's almost like a little grabber now. Which is kind of great.
He's already starting to help and be part of the family in a way that's because I hate to call babies unproductive, but I guess for lack of a better term, obviously they're just babies.
They're very unproductive.
That's all they do. They hang out. I mean, they're living the dream, right? They hang out, they roll around. Like, life's great,
Exactly.
I get it. But when you're 2, you can already start to be put to work, you know? You can go grab things, pick things up, you know? And they love doing it, that sort of thing.
Yep, big time. So I feel like that's probably the emotion that sticks with me the most, and I've gone through it all over again, too, and if you're a dad out there or a soon-to-be dad going through that, you're definitely not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a very normal thing. At least it has been for me. To feel that.
And I can imagine, not to cut you off, sorry.
No, you're just fine.
I can imagine that's what it would be because, again, you're not the one holding the child.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you will hold them, in a sense when they are born. But for 9 months, you will basically not physically touch that child, in a manner of speaking. Like you're just like, okay, we're waiting for this, and now it's coming. And you're you are intimately involved in the process throughout that whole 9 months, but you are also outside of it in its own way. And it's very hard to find words that can really connect that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, so between the anxiety and obviously the excitement too. I mean, I hate to blanket over that.
Let's maybe focus on that a little bit. So the excitement, because I mean, you talked about kind of the disconnect, some of the like fear, some of the emptiness. But what was the positive side of things? Like, what did that feel like? Were you just like totally excited to be a dad? Were you like just jazzed about it? Like, what did that look like?
Yeah, no, it was very much a roller coaster of all 4 of those things, right? So you have those highs of the excitement, and then comes the lows. But focusing on the excitement part of it, it was very much just like, okay, I'm gonna have a little. Especially when I found out I was a boy. The Belko genes are very boy heavy, so there wasn't much of a doubt in my mind that it was gonna be a boy for the first one. So I was super excited. I'm like, okay, like my mission's already complete. My name is staying out there, from me.
First try.
Yeah, exactly. First try, got it. But then very much like, okay, I'm gonna teach him. I'm gonna make sure I'm a dad that can go out and play with them. Isn't too tired to go do this, go do that. Just very much planning that stuff that isn't going to happen for like another 5 years.
Well, good to get a jump on it, right?
Like you just kind of start planning in your head, and it's super exciting.
How can you not, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, I get emotional just thinking about it all over again because it's so much fun thinking about it. And then also thinking from a Catholic perspective as well. It's like I gotta get myself in shape spiritually because I need to be a role model for him on that too. And I don't feel like that was necessarily a stressor for me or anxiety riddled thing. It was very much just, this is what I have to do because I want him to turn out like this, and so it was very much a reality check for me on that front of it too, and really analyzing myself and making sure, okay, am I, like, I don't think I'm ever going to be the Catholic I want to be necessarily, but hopefully I will. But, obviously I want to be a saint, but I don't know. Hopefully.
We're going to try, though, right?
Yeah, we're going to try. Yeah, but
that's probably the right attitude, honestly. It's like, well, I don't know. I'm never going to be perfect. I'm going to try to be anyways.
Yeah,
right?
Always going to strive for it, but probably never going to get there, but still striving. But yeah, so really like happy to have another reason for that, if that makes sense.
Yes, it's something that, again, it gives you more, for I guess to put it more broadly, it gives you another reason to live, right?
Yeah.
It literally is like part of your world now, being a father and having a kid. It's another reason to be good in faith, to be good in, your work, to strive. It just gives you more reason to do everything you're already doing. Faith, finance, just being a good individual or part of your community. Like everything you do now can be reflected onto your kid in like a positive way, right?
Very much so.
Or at least you want it to be reflected in a positive way.
Yeah.
You don't want to be dragging your wife and your children down. You want to be raising them up, right?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And I identify with the song. Have you heard Good Old Man?
Who's it by?
I can't remember who was it by. It's a relatively newer country song.
Okay, probably not then. I dropped out of country about 25 years ago.
Oh, okay. All right.
The newest I get is about Garth Brooks.
Sure.
And I very quickly ran away.
Okay.
Maybe if you count the late period of Randy Travis, even though I kind of consider him older than Garth Brooks because I think he was around longer.
Hey, I can respect it. I can respect it, but no, it talks a lot about...
Except for alt country, I'm kind of lying because that's a different story. But anyways, go on.
But no, so it talks about, I'm cleaning up those dirty words that I say these days, and showing up to church a lot more on Sundays and all. Like it was just that preparation for that. I identify with that song extremely well. I turn it up on blast whenever I hear it, kind of thing. And I love it. But yeah, it was just so unexpected and still unexpected moments to this day with everything. It's amazing. It really is. But yeah, so that I would say that's really the emotion part of it. The excitement, it's very self-explanatory. At least I feel like it is. Why wouldn't a dad be excited about his kid?
Exactly. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and it has a lot of moments of that, but it does get overshadowed by I wouldn't even necessarily call them negative emotions. Some of them definitely.
It's more just uncertainty, right?
Yeah, it's that fear of the unknown.
Yes.
And the other thing too is that when you're freaking out about it, whether it be the excitement or whatever, you are looking at the big picture of it, and in reality, it's one day at a time. When you realize that you're going to be a dad, you're looking at that whole at least 18 years as just one chapter, kind of thing. And that I feel like that's the most anxiety riddled part. And the second pregnancy now is definitely less of that anxiety because I've gone through it now, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's just one day at a time. What the heck was I stressed out about this for?
There's so fewer unknowns, right? Once you've done it once,
yep,
like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. We've been here once. Like, sure, now you have a little kid running around, but at the same time, it's like, okay, he, like you said, he's a little grabber. You can help out with different things. You just have. Where this one's going to start now. Yeah. Obviously, it's new for, as your first kid grows, that's going to be the first time for everything. But everything is going to kind of trail behind him of however many other kids you end up having, right? Like, okay, we've been here before, right? Like, unless there's some, surprise, because life can always throw curveballs at you, or
right?
Like maybe one of the kids, I don't know, like what could be like a positive curveball, like maybe he's a genius. I don't know. It's like, oh gosh, now he's smarter than me. What am I gonna do now, right? Like this 5-year-old's way better at everything. Oh gosh, now I gotta figure. Maybe there's that, right?
Yep.
Or maybe we hope and pray not. Like, could someone come up with like a disability? Like, oh, he's got 9 fingers. Okay, well, what are we gonna do with that? But outside of those more like kind of edge cases, you figure what it's gonna be, positive or negative, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's very much just first one is way different than the second one. So so he came. I mean, is there anything else I should touch on?
Well, I guess one thing I was curious about for the pregnancy is that I guess with obviously your wife, as we know, a pregnancy does change women. Have you noticed any like difference in her, positive, negative, that sort of thing, or was it anything unexpected, or was it like, okay, well, I've heard this is how pregnancy goes, it kind of went as you expected, sort of thing?
Oh, sure. So like, as far as like mood and everything, you mean?
Well, I just mean like, as a person, like, did she like change? I don't just mean like moodiness or anything like that, but I mean she's the same woman that you remember, basically.
She's definitely the same woman I remember through all of it. It just super strong. It just showed more.
Oh,
like it's kind of crazy.
So sweet.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy.
What a catch this Joel is. He has 2 kids and a wife. What a guy.
I genuinely don't tell her this enough. I really don't, because for me it's so hard to put into words. But
gosh, I feel my heart warming. Jeez, and I'm not even part of your family. It's like, oh, that's so nice.
No, because I mean, I tell her I love her all the time. Oh. Like there's times where, I mean, I'll say it like 5 times within a minute. I almost say it too much. It's kind of.
She's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I've heard that one.
That's just kind of the household I grew up in. But that's just kind of how I express the love to her. But I haven't done a good job of actually like stopping and telling her details about what I love and everything. So I will say that.
What a true romantic you are, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm saying how not romantic I am.
Well, you're just saying like, oh, I want to break down more about all the specifics. I think that's an inherent, like, even if, like, you're trying to get better at that, I'd say it's like an inherently romantic thought, right? Like, even if you're admitting, like, I don't do that, you're still saying I don't do it enough. Oh, I don't express my love and
I suppose,
my
yeah.
appreciation for you enough. Like, I don't know. I think
But
that's
really what I mean is that, like, you asked if she really changed, and I would not say that she changed one bit. I would say that the things I love about her got amplified, like, since, you know, like, the strong convictions in the things I love that she has strong convictions in just got stronger. And seeing her become a mom, you know, I guess that way she's changed. You know, she's now a mom rather than just a wife, you know. But no, like, no, she's just very well put together in all of it. You know, more than I could ever hope to be. Really, in all of it, it's hard to explain and put it into words. I'm not very good at that.
I think you're doing pretty well. I think, you know, if that's the end of your thought, that's fine too.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else you want to add on there? Or are you just like, nope, I've hit it
No,
and we're good.
I think I've hit it and we're good.
There you
I
go.
keep trying to formulate other things to put
don't
onto
don't
it, but
try
I don't
to
think I
like
need to.
over analyze it or over describe it. If that's how it is,
That's just how my brain is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I guess one quick thing I did want to ask too is that obviously I don't want to make you describe all of like the nitty-gritty details of the baby's birth, because I think most people, that's kind of a private thing, and I think most people can figure that out.
I almost passed out. So,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was just thinking, what was like the emotional reaction to that? Just go there. Like,
oh man.
I can't imagine the anticipation. Like, oh gosh, what do we do?
Yeah,
it's like kind of panicking.
That was definitely a lot of excitement. But there too, I was very focused on her more than I even was on the baby. And I feel like that might be backwards from what a lot of people say. But I was very much focused on my wife. Like, are you doing good? Or not even that. Or, like, you're doing great. You know?
Yes.
One of the things that, like, and we still talk about how much it drove her nuts in the hospital room.
Okay.
But if any nurses are watching this and you're like telling somebody to push, don't say that this is going to be the last push and we're going to get the doctor. We went through that for about a half hour.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it was absolutely brutal. So my son, my first son, he came out with his fist up here against his head.
Okay. Yep.
He was like that in all the ultrasounds too. We should have expected that he was going to come out like this. But
Does he still make that pose now at all?
He does sometimes now. Yeah. But no, so
a natural inclination.
Yeah. So he was very much. Very difficult to get out. And once the doctor came in, it went really fast. But they switched nurses like a little bit of the ways through, and our first nurse was absolutely phenomenal. She was awesome. But then the second one, she was a little bit of a piece of work.
I see.
But anyway, but no, I just remember when he was actually delivered, and like I was focused on Bailey still at this point. And I was very excited that was happening there, but I was focused there. And I just remember her like the look of relief on her face, and she immediately just looked at me with these like massive eyes, and she's like, "It's done," you know, kind of thing. You know, like just that relief, but excitement, just tons of emotion all at once. It was absolutely amazing.
Wow.
And then like skin to skin contact and everything. And my dad was the one that told me if I didn't cut the umbilical cord, I was going to regret it. I can tell you right now, I regret cutting it. It was the weirdest feeling thing I've ever felt on the other end of a scissors. That was just weird. Like, I'm okay if I don't do it for my future kids. I really am.
That might just be down to personal preference. You know,
yeah,
like,
it will.
If some people are like, I got to be part of this process, I have to do it. Other people are like,
yeah, and I was very much like the entire pregnancy. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
no.
I did it. Oh, I shouldn't have done it.
And then they kind of hand it. I'm like, I was in the moment, you know, thinking, okay, yeah, my dad says this is gonna be great. I'm gonna, and nope, I should have stuck to my guns.
Well,
man.
I like how you could be honest. Like, I tried it. I was there for my family. That, you know what? That's such the tail end of the process.
Yes.
Anyways, like, I think you've probably done more than enough as a father. It's like, you know what, maybe a medical professional can do that.
I did not feel like I did enough. You know, that's
probably an honest reaction to like just an honest feeling. Like, but how can you really do more? You know?
Yeah. There wasn't anything more I could have done. But as the man of the house, you're sitting there watching your wife go through agony for this. And I mean, there's all the studies about all the hormones that come in after you've had the baby that just kind of make you forget about the pain and everything. It's all great, and I understand that, but at the same time, I'm just like, I wish there was something more I could have done to help. You know, like as the man, you just want to be able to take that agony away from your loved ones, right?
Yes.
I keep hitting this wire.
That's
But
Take
anyway,
the agony away from our ears. I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
But no, so yeah, that's definitely a feeling that goes into the day of delivery, especially, and then the whole like fear of, okay, now this thing's out here. I need
Now
it's up to me to take care of this. You know,
Great.
the thing I've been stressing out about this whole 9 months is now here, and now it's on me. And as a new parent, I mean, that baby shifts in the middle of the night, and you're like jumping up. You could be sound asleep and just like jumping up. What do you need? Kind of thing. Like,
Well, you're very attentive. That's good to your credit.
It was a brutal couple nights. I will say that. Like, one, I was sleeping in the recliner in the room, which a comfy recliner, I will say. So
a
it
proper
wasn't
dad move already.
It was not bad. But it was just like, I was kind of expecting it. I don't know if you guys watch The Office or if you watch The Office.
I've seen enough of it.
Yeah,
I
so
get the
when they
concept.
have Cece in the beginning, you know, they talk about how, like, okay, yeah, we can take the baby into the like the nursery or whatever for the first night. I was kind of expecting something like that, but no, that didn't happen. So, which I'm fine with. I'm not complaining about it, but it was just different than what I was expecting because
You were getting parenting advice from The Office.
I was getting parenting advice from TV.
Maybe I can see why that didn't go the way you expected.
Yeah. So I mean, it was very much where like Hayden, he would move, like, and I mean just move, you know, and coo a little bit, and I was like jumping out of the seat. I mean, like airborne out of the seat. What do you need? You know, like it was just.
And
like,
would he just be looking at you like, meh? I was just moving.
Yeah,
I'm fine. I really
yeah.
don't need anything.
And that's very much what it was. You know, every single time there was never really a point where I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to carry you, kind of thing. But
he's doing his thing.
yeah,
Little
and
guy's fine.
then you get sent out the doors of the hospital and sent home, and you're just feeling like, okay, this is
What do I do with this thing they gave me?
This is really up to me now, you know, and it hits a little bit real, like right away in the beginning, but then it quickly, and I mean quickly, becomes just an everyday part of your life.
Yeah, well,
It's amazing how fast that adaptation happens. Yeah.
Well, again, it's so natural. I feel like this might just me going on a slight tangent here with, like, again,
I welcome it.
in many ways, our society, like, obviously people are having kids later and later, people are growing up with less siblings. You know, we don't have obviously as much like births at home, that sort of thing. Like, people are just much more removed from like child rearing and childbirth than they've ever been in history. So I think we view babies as, like, again, this big imposition on our lives, or something that is like almost abnormal now. Like, we're kind of getting to that phase of society where it's almost a little weird.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the most natural thing in the world. It's like, what are you talking about? Making more people. Like, that's what people do. It's like, sure, it takes a little bit getting used to, but like, people have been doing this since mankind's existed. Like, we're built to do this. Like, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, everyone acts like it's going to be this thing like, I'll never recover. It's like, no, get out of your own headspace.
Believe me,
You'll be
I know.
fine.
Like,
take a few days. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I just want to excerpt this in here too because it's relevant to what you're saying. It's just insane to me how all these people, and honestly, I think my in-laws included, and this is not a knock on them by any means. I love them. But people ask us, like, well, how many kids are you planning on having? And we'll say, oh, like anywhere from 4 to 5. You know, my number's gone up to 5 now. Our first kid is
We'll work up to 10 eventually. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll see. But no,
aim high for double digits. Come on.
But no, like I love being a dad. My wife loves being a mom. We're both on the same page with all that. Really trying to get it to the point where we're even more of a traditional household where she's just a stay-at-home mom, even homeschool her kids potentially and everything too. So really exciting for the family that way. But every single time, other than my dad, you know, we get the reaction of, really?
Why are people like that now?
I don't know. It drives me
so
nuts.
bizarre.
I'm like, 5 doesn't seem like. Granted, I'm basically an only child.
Yeah.
You know, like I've got 3 half siblings, but they were way older than I was by the time I came along. And I've got my dad, and then we all share the same mom because their dad passed away, kind of thing. So yeah, whole 9 yards that way. But I'm like an only child, but I wanted siblings so bad as a kid. You know, and I watch Hayden now, and like he's at the point now where he comes up, he grabs our hand and takes us to play somewhere. You know, it's like, yeah, dude, you need a playmate, big time. You know, it's like, and he plays so well with other kids too, and it's just great. And little side note, no daycare.
Ooh.
He's
See?
not socialized, as
Oh,
parents
no.
might say now. But
I,
just he loves playing with other kids, big time. And
well,
I mean,
again, that's the other thing too. It's kind of like when people act like being homeschooled means you're not social. Like, what are you talking about? That's totally
Yeah.
normal. And like
Yep.
most education throughout all of human history was done like in the home.
Yeah.
It's like I am not trying to maybe. Well, okay, now I gotta choose my words carefully here because I don't want to knock anyone who works in daycare, but I'm kind of anti-daycare. Like
Yeah.
I get, yes, obviously there are certain people with their professional lives and blah blah blah. It's something you need to figure out as a family. But I personally think that if you can avoid it, it's better. It's the ideal. However, I also understand. Look, I get it. People are in different spots in life and they might need daycare. If you
Yep.
put your kids in daycare, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying the ideal would be everyone would be in the home. It would look a certain way.
I will
I'm
say
only trying to say that.
it wasn't always the intention not to have them in daycare.
Yes, that's fair. And that's something that can develop.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
totally get
that was something that it just kind of happened that way. We had a nanny for a little while in his beginning of life because Bailey was working full time. I was working full time.
But I think that's different. Like someone that you have nanny and is like
Yeah.
in your home
Yep.
raising the kid. That's very different from daycare, which is sending your kids to this other place where it's kind of almost becomes mentally like their second home. I think it's a very big difference because obviously there have been people, if you think about village life back in the day, or
Yeah.
the richer people who had nannies, that sort of thing. Like having someone come into your home to help raise your kids is very different than sending your kids out of the home for someone else to raise them. It's
Very much so.
very different.
Yeah, we actually tried to get Hayden into a couple daycares, more like daycare
But he was
centers.
just too bad.
No.
I'm teasing.
No, they were all full.
Oh,
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like it was probably God trying to tell us something.
man, it's like, no, he doesn't need that.
Yeah,
The other
but
kids,
no,
they can go to
we
daycare, but
we
this
put
one,
him
no.
on a couple like 1 to 2 year waiting lists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's been over 2 years, and we
Yeah.
still haven't gotten a call from him. Not that we would actually accept any of them
Yeah.
now. Like it's gotten to the point where no, we're not doing anything like that. But no, it wasn't necessarily intentional that we didn't have him in a daycare. It just kind of happened. But it's worked out really well. You know, and then yeah, and being a dad, so much fun. I tell you what, that first I don't know, maybe 8 months is a little bit more of that same. Well, like, okay, what do I do? A little bit of disconnect, just because all they do is lay there, they poop, they pee, they eat,
They hang
and you
out.
can't even be the one to feed them because mommy's doing all
Yeah.
that, you know, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So it's very much a disconnect as the father, and I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. It's a normal disconnect.
Well, yeah. Again, it's kind of part of the natural process. Of It's
Yeah.
like, well, okay, what is my role here? You got to figure that out.
Yep, very much so. And then 8 months rolls around. I can't remember when Hayden started crawling, but 8 months just sticks in my head as like, okay, he's starting to be fun
And
now.
now it's like, oh, he's on the move. Oh,
Yeah, like I can throw him into the cushions and he's laughing and like coming back to me for more
Yeah.
kind of thing. You know, it really got fun. And now there's like all these studies about roughhousing with your kids too
Yes.
is extremely important. And
My dad threw me around all the time. It was
yeah,
awesome.
and
Yeah.
I got a
My
buddy.
brother threw me down the stairs though. That was less awesome. No offense.
I got a buddy
That's
of
a
mine.
different thing.
I got a buddy of mine that talks about his dad would throw him into a pillowcase and like throw and like whip him around kind of thing.
My
It's
dad
like,
would throw me in the lake back. in the
that's
day. It was
awesome. That is awesome. It's like I love that kind of stuff, you know. And he absolutely dies for it every time. Like doesn't actually die. He just
Well, yeah. I think we all know your child is fine. He's
Yes.
healthy and good.
Yeah, but no, it's so much fun, and I just remember
Man.
that's when I finally started feeling the true connection to him. And then shortly after his year birthday, he actually started walking,
Oh.
and that was just a fluke thing. That like he was always showing like promise for walking and everything. Like okay, yeah, it's gonna be sometime soon, but then just never took an interest in it, kind of thing. then we went to this graduation. And we were hanging out in the backyard, and I set him up on his feet, and I just kind of backed up and said, okay, come here. And then he just starts walking, and he doesn't stop. Like, I was like, oh, okay. I'm thinking he's going to kind of revert the next day, like after he sleeps. Nope, he remembered. He just got up and started walking. I'm like, okay, sounds good. I guess we're walking household now.
All right, there you go.
Yeah,
I like the idea that he could walk, he just didn't feel
yeah,
like it.
he
He's
just
like,
didn't feel like
it's
it. for a-
overrated for
yeah,
now.
Yeah,
He's like, eventually got the hang of it.
He's definitely my son. He's always been like a little bit cautious of things, you know. Like it's so funny. Like we must have said careful a lot to him because like he would get up on tall stuff and like he still does it, and he'll do dangerous stuff, but as he's doing it, he'll be like, careful. It's like, it
so
doesn't
cute.
make it any better if you just say careful while you're doing dangerous stuff.
I don't know. I think it does.
Yeah, I suppose. But no, so he's been doing a lot of that stuff now.
Oh.
Like, he gets up on the coffee table and just jumps now.
That's awesome.
Like, he's jumping on everything.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to, I don't want to discourage him from doing that either, but we're trying to get him to the point where he'll, like, do 1, 2, 3 before he'll jump on somebody.
Yes.
Because it got to the point where he'll, like, people will come over to our house and
He
he's just
starts
jumping on them. You know, it's like,
He might be a little boundary
yeah,
setting.
it's like, okay,
Again.
let's set some boundaries. You
Yes,
know,
yes.
like, you can say 1, 2, 3, go,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Give him a chance to say no.
Yeah. Like, whoa.
Yeah, so
Got to give him a warning first before
Yeah.
you glomp people. Yeah, fair.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then baby number 2. Now the announcement is like that kind of floored me a little bit too. I didn't necessarily cry for that one. That one still felt like a dream state a little bit, and it was again that empty feeling a little bit, but not bad. And then adding a kid into the mix, it's a good distraction from a lot of that stuff. You know, like now being pregnant with a toddler at home, it is a different dynamic.
Yeah.
You know, emotions are a lot the same, just more subdued.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were the first time because, like, you kind of know what to expect. But then you throw in the mix of, okay, I've got another kid, though, on top of this one that's coming now. So that's a whole new stressor and new experience for me that I need to experience. And then I know now at this point, 9 months into this pregnancy, I'm just very much like, can we pop it out now, please?
Yeah.
Come on.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
even, like...
You're just, like, excited about it
it
now?
was so funny because I went
all
up-
the fears gone. It's like, I've been through this.
Yeah,
When's it coming? Like,
'cause,
that kind
like,
of thing.
this morning even, like, my wife is awesome for putting up with me, but she's standing there, you know, with the pregnant belly and everything. I'm like, can I just, like, pop him out like a zit? You know, like,
I don't think that's how that works.
and she's just like, I just drank a lot of water. Please don't squeeze me right now.
Yeah, let's be kind to her, Joel.
Yeah.
Be kind to her. Poor lady.
Yeah, I'm very kind. She just puts up with a lot of BS
Well,
from me.
you know what? Well, God bless her, right?
Yes, God bless her big time.
Two people truly made for each other.
Yes. Oh, man.
romantic.
Yeah, a demon and a
Angel.
angel. Yeah. I don't know. See, only a demon would forget the word angel.
So like, well, well, any other thoughts, Joel, about this wonderful experience of fatherhood you wanted to share with the good people listening?
Man, just like every single one is its own thing. You know, like I can sit here all day long and tell you exactly what to expect. Don't take take it with a grain of salt.
It's your child if
Yeah.
you're the one who is the father or the mother. It's
Exactly.
yours. It's always going to be a little bit different, but
Yeah.
we can get the
But I
general
can at least
stuff
let
out.
you
Yeah.
know that like these emotions that you may be feeling or may not be feeling, whatever, it's normal.
Yeah.
You know, every single thing is going to be different for each person, but you're definitely not alone in things that you're feeling, you know, that kind of thing. But I would like to know, like, for you as somebody who's like, you have already obviously got plans for a family.
I'm hoping
right?
one day,
Like, we've
yes.
talked about that a couple
Yes.
things. Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's
what
my
kind of
current
stuff
plan,
are you laying down the groundwork to like have that?
Well, my main thing that I have been trying to work on is like, okay, I'm trying to make myself like someone who is like would potentially be a good father, right? That
Yep.
kind of thing. Like, okay, I want to be someone like I have my act together. I want to be like, you know, in a good financial state. I want to have a good job. I want to be someone who's pleasant to be around. I'm trying to make myself basically a catch, right?
Right.
Best I can. Now, I know looking at me, I might not seem like that much, which is why I'm hitting the gym more and more. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It takes some time,
Yep.
but we are getting there. And look, as someone who like, I am now going on slowly getting towards the age of 28. I'm 27 right now. Not too old to be having kids, but it's like, okay, you know, as I've aged, I'm feeling, okay, I've got to figure that out. And I have been meaning to have been more intentional of dating. Well, I always have been, but I can't say, when I say intentional, it's more of, I just really didn't go on dates very much when I was younger.
Sure.
And now I've been more intent on going on them and like
Right.
trying to ask people that sort of thing. I've had some luck. Unfortunately, no serious relationship has developed yet, but I can't say that I'm totally repulsive or anything. So that's good. That's a good start.
Absolutely.
So we're getting there. I'm hoping that just with time and enough prayer, it'll line up. I
Oh,
know it's kind of a
absolutely.
rough dating market out there, but it's like, look, you got to stay hopeful. You got to keep getting out there. So that's my main thing. And other plans I'm having, it's like, okay, I want to be able to, again, like, once I do get into a marriage, like it's the sort of thing like, okay, we kind of hit the ground running on this. Like, look, I have this is all set up. Like I have a pretty decent amount of money saved up, that kind of thing. I got a good job. Like finances will hopefully not be a problem, at least at the start. Like we can get things off and rolling here.
Yep.
We can also hopefully be in the same spiritual place and like trying to get good of God. And so we're open to life, that sort of thing. We're just ready to move on of that. Like, not rush into it, but like, okay, I would like to be, seriously dating, married, and then having children. Hopefully not too long from now, because I don't want to put off for too much longer. But my brother's a little bit older than me, and he's just had his 2 kids, so I understand, like, yes, there will be time. Men don't
There
have the same
definitely is.
biological clock women do. I
Yeah.
get that. But it's just, I would like to be at a decent age where I'm not like an old man having kids for the first time, I would like to avoid that. So you do have to be a little intentional. So I do feel the pressure a little bit. I do think it also kind of sucks because I felt I lost a prime dating year due to COVID and graduating into that mess. It's like, well, that's 1 year I'll never get back where I could have, who knows who I could have met, how different life could have been. But you also can't dwell on that. Like, it's out of my control. I have to get out there and just keep being intentional and trying. And at the very least, I've gotten better at actually approaching women in person, asking like, hey, you're dating her now, or, whatever the proper, in context, obviously, the proper approach is. So I've gotten better at that. So like, okay, we're getting there, right?
Yep.
It'll happen.
Oh, that's great.
So that's kind of, I will say I'm very much looking forward to having kids one day. I'm super excited about that. I felt it's always been my calling in life. Like, I feel like every Catholic man, once you get to a certain age, like, well, clearly you're meant to be a priest. I'm like, no, I've discerned that's not the path for me. It's a great path. Trust me, I would never discourage them from taking that. But some people just know that's not their calling in life. It's like, it's not. I'm definitely called to marry. Need to get out there, especially as I see my brother now of his kids, and they're adorable. And I love being like a godfather, especially to his niece, who is my goddaughter. The first one was not. I'm not the godparent for my nephew.
Okay.
Because well, the funny thing is that he has 2 Uncle Aarons. There's me, and then there's on the other side of the family, there's the other Uncle Aaron. So actually, one Uncle Aaron got one of the kids. Is how they split it up. So I got I have the goddaughter, and he has what would be the godson for him.
Nice.
So, and I just love being with them. Like, every time I come over, I'm like, I could definitely do this. Like,
So
I love it. I love these kids.
Do you want girls then?
I'd be I've always
Obviously,
said,
whatever happens, happens.
yes, I've always said I'd
obviously
like
a
at least
preference.
one of both. I
Right.
think. I mean, that's the obvious answer.
Yep.
But like, no, I think I would like for my oldest to be a son. I think that's just kind of more like, I guess I have dynastic, for lack of a better term. Like, you want that firstborn son, that kind of thing. I'd like if he was older, but if he ends up being like, oh, it's 4 girls and a 5th son, like, I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah,
like, how could you? I don't view them as any lesser or more. It's just
Right.
in my ideal, picturesque,
it's purely just
world,
the human, like the human aspect.
Yeah,
of it,
like, whatever
Ideally,
happens.
what would you have? Like,
Yeah.
for me, I definitely want a girl.
Yeah.
I want a girl sometime. But I've always said I want to build up my army.
Yes,
before I have
first,
my
yes.
princess,
Oh, I definitely, that's my thing, is I've always had the vision, like, I want a whole dynasty of children. Like,
Yes.
I really want to be one day, my dream, like, my perfect end state for life, right? This is going to sound insane because it is. So my perfect end state of life is I want to be, like, really old. Like, I want to be, like, 102, right? And I want to have a big family reunion. I want to be, like, a lich. And I want to see, like, all of my grandkids and great-grandkids, like, a whole army of just, like, a swath of human beings.
Oh,
like,
man.
in the yard, and I want them to put me up on like one of those cool little like the beds you carry around, or like the chair, like it used to have on the Pope, basically. I basically want that where I'd be like super old. I would have a really cool robe, and I just want to be carried by like all of my strong and able-bodied like grandchildren. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, man.
That's what I want. I want like 30 or 40 grandkids.
You want to
like,
talk
that's
about
my
a
goal.
big family. My mother's side, my grandfather passed away a few years ago, but my grandmother's still around. Chase now, who's our second kid coming, he will be great-grandkid number 57.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's quite impressive, really.
57 great-grandkids. Look at that.
Yeah, and
That's
like,
so cool.
yeah, I want like the 5 kids now. I really do. I want 4 boys and then
much
a
they
last
can go.
girl.
Yeah, exactly.
In an ideal world, that's
yeah,
what
but
I want.
mean, whatever order they
Whatever
come
happens,
in, right?
happens.
Whatever happens.
If they were all girls, I'd love them all the same.
Yeah, if they're
But
all
it's
boys,
just-
that's the same thing. Like,
Exactly.
it's nice to get one of each. I know not everyone gets it. Some people, like, they really want a lot of kids, and then, genetics or, biology, you only get one. I mean, I get it. Sometimes that's what happens. You just be content
absolutely.
with what you get. But
I never knock like families that can only have one.
Yeah,
And I don't even knock families that only want like 1 or 2 kids either. I want to be clear about that.
for sure.
But I mean,
whatever you want.
it's just crazy the amount of judgment that you get when you say that you want 5 kids.
Yeah, it's like, because that's so unheard
yeah,
of.
and
like,
for me growing up, that really doesn't sound like a lot of
no,
kids.
I think both. I think my dad comes from a family of 5, and I think my mom's a family of 7.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. I'm from a family of 3, so it's like, I
Yeah.
don't know. What's wrong with 4, 5, 6? I mean, I
Right,
always
yeah.
joke 10, but it's like, look, okay, if she talks me down to 5, it's like, fine, we can compromise. That's always my joke. Like, I'm doing the
My
thing where
dream is to take up a pew at church.
yeah, exactly. Like, that's ours. Thank you. Like, then you actually can shoo people out of your pew. It's like, that's where my family sits. So you get to be that guy at church. Yeah, that's my dream.
Oh,
because I'm a
man.
good person.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's like that. You really want just to be happy, right? And
Yes.
I am pretty content guy. I think I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky guy myself. But I see,
I would
like,
say
you know
so.
what? Should
I don't
probably
know you that well, though.
Well,
just
yeah,
kidding.
right. I'm just really dark and depressed all the time. I'm really not, but. I do think there's something to be said about being happy, being signal, but also seeing that you're called to be more than that.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Like,
It's-
we're getting there.
It's perfectly fine, and I feel like it doesn't happen enough, but perfectly fine to know that something else is something that you're called for, but still being
Yes.
happy with where you're at.
Yeah, I know
Like,
it'll
being
happen.
happy but striving for this.
And
you
I
know?
have to say, too, to my brother, who I love to bits, but let's just say that I have been, and this is not even being judgmental, this is the honest truth, I've been on
Okay.
the more straight and narrow path in life. Matt has
Sure.
kind of weaved,
Yep.
shall we say. But he's in a really good spot now. It's just,
Sure.
I kind of see, and he would probably be the first to admit, like, okay, we had a few, maybe years where that was kind of, not looking so great.
I mean, yeah,
Shall we
I'd be
say.
lying if I said I didn't go through that in my life.
Yes,
as
I feel
well,
like almost
so.
everyone has kind of a period where it's not
A
great.
little
Some
bit at
maybe
least.
more than others.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
But I
Yep.
see now Matt with, he's got 2 great kids. He's got a great woman with him. It's like, oh man, see, you know what? I know he got dumb lucky, but I'm luckier than Matt is. So and I
Right.
know I've always had more luck. So if I bank on that, it's all gonna be good.
Oh, you've got
and
it,
he's
man.
a great dad, and he's got cute kids, and I love seeing them. Like, I can just be content being a cool uncle right now and hanging out. But it's like, no, it'll happen one day.
Yeah, we'll have to make an email for like people to DM you.
There you go. Yeah, hop in my DMs.
Yeah.
all the
Yeah, we'll have to make an email. So if you have
There
a
we go.
single, good-looking
If
woman,
you're- yes.
send the picture to us.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we're gonna do. It'll happen. See, once I get a successful podcast, the ladies will
Yes.
just swoon every
Oh,
time I
they-
enter a room.
yeah.
That's what they're all
That's
looking
more
for.
of a guy pickup thing than anything. I
It
feel
is.
like.
Well,
Ju-
it's kinda
just like a
like-
cool car.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody thinks, oh, the girls are gonna go nuts.
Yeah, and
no,
all the guys
it
like,
turns
yeah,
all the guys'
nice, bro.
heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the joke
Yep.
is always like you think you're lifting for the girls, but you're inadvertently lifting for the boys in the
Yeah,
gym
you
because you're
are.
thinking all the ladies. It's like,
Yeah.
no, looking big, king. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, I guess attention's good. Not what I wanted, but
Oh,
I
man.
guess I'll take it.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's great.
Once you get really buff.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, no, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's something.
It's so great. I can't recommend it enough.
Oh, I
you
know.
And
You're so lucky.
you're gonna be great.
It'll work
you're
out.
gonna be
It'll
great,
work.
man.
It's gonna happen. Hop in the DMs. You know where to reach me.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, no. Do you have any other questions for me, just as an aspiring
I think
dad?
that's probably. I think we've hit kind of everything I have. I guess. Let's
good.
see. Hang on. Let me think. Let me think of one thing. Something will
I
come.
feel like
to
I
me
got
real
really
quick.
animated a couple times.
No,
in
that's
this
fine.
One.
Well, I feel like this is more your story than mine. You're the father, and I'm happy. That's what I
It's
was
fun.
hoping this would be. Like, I want this to be kind of your star-making moment here.
My star making.
there
moment.
you go.
Oh
It's
man,
like-
I'm gonna be a star.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Let's see here. So if you, what's your ideal family vacation?
Oh
Here's a good one.
man, God dang it! I really enjoy Florida.
What part of Florida?
Orlando. in
Ooh,
particular.
Orlando. Yes, that
Yeah.
is the vacation destination.
Yeah,
Because
I
Miami's
do
where
really
you
like
go
it.
to die.
Yes.
No
don't-
offense to
That I don't want to go to Miami.
Miami is just where you go to get
Yeah.
killed.
No, I want to go to Disney
I mean it,
World.
but I mean like in a fun way,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not like you go to a war zone to die. Like no, you go to Miami because you're gonna like get in some random like hijinks and then die.
Yeah.
Right. That's just how it works in Miami. It's just something about it.
No, like we went to Orlando, Florida for our senior class trip.
Oh wow.
And I've wanted to go back like ever since. We went to Universal and SeaWorld and everything. I really want to go back there sometime.
Wow.
I also really want to go see the Vatican. That's not
Ooh.
necessarily a family vacation though for me. That's really for me anyway, that's very much like I just want to go there with me and my wife.
Sure.
That's about it.
Well, you can't deny the boy's the first American Pope.
Yes, I
Come
can.
on.
Yes,
no,
I can.
Joel, come on. It's their holy father. Come on. You got to show
No,
'em.
I know, I
Come
do,
on.
but at the same time, I'm just very much like, that's
I
a trip. I don't
understand
want to take the kids.
the logistics. No, as
Yeah.
someone who has been to the Vatican
Yeah.
and Italy, because when my sister got married, she got married in Italy,
Okay.
actually.
Wow.
And so we did the whole family trip where we were in Venice, Florence, Rome, and the
Okay.
Vatican and all that. So I have done that trip. I can understand not wanting to take kids on that. Like if
Yeah.
you're staying in just Rome, that would
I've
be a
never
lot easier.
been. So my wife has though, and that. Oh man, I give my wife so much crap all the time because she's Lutheran. Right?
Okay.
So
And she beat you to Rome, Joel. This can't
she
stand.
beat me to the Vatican, and I always give her crap. I'm like, you had no idea what you were looking
You
at.
didn't understand the significance. You don't get it.
That's a very like pompous way of going
Yeah,
about
but
it. But
it's also
I
jokey.
always joke with her about that, and like, it's so much fun. But no, that's a trip where she would really want to go again. Actually, she would love to go back to Europe.
Yeah. It'd be fun.
So yeah, so that I would say that's definitely the family vacation is definitely Florida. The me and the wife vacation is definitely
I
Italy.
think that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that it is good in some way. Well, obviously, yes, you are a family unit. It might be good for the parents to get out every now and again.
Yeah.
Again, it just like back in ye olden times, you had someone to watch the kids or someone you could trust, be it a family member or someone like the village guy that everyone trusts,
Yes.
that sort of thing. I do think that, yes, you can't necessarily be like literally attached to the kids every single moment. You do have to have them meet other people and kind of get to know family members, spend weekends with grandparents, that sort of thing. That's healthy too.
And we talk about trips too.
Yes.
You know, me being a Star Wars guy.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to be my 30th birthday.
Yes.
It's actually like April. God dang it! Why can't I remember the dates? But my birthday's in April.
You don't remember your birthday?
No, like I know my birthday,
Oh.
but this trip that I'm talking about.
I'm like,
So,
jeez.
so Los Angeles is not a place where I just want to go, right?
No,
Okay,
no.
let's be very clear about that. I don't really like California as a whole. If I'm
I
being
have family
completely
there.
honest.
I'm fine with it if it's a certain part.
Okay, certain part. We'll just say that. But as a whole, anyway, I'm just gonna say I'm not very much of a California fan.
That's fair.
Anyway, Star Wars Celebration is going to be in Los Angeles in 2027.
Mm-hmm.
Over my birthday.
Okay, and that's what we're aiming for here?
That is big time what I'm
Okay.
aiming for. It's
Solid.
it's not in the U.S. hardly ever.
Really?
Yeah, like it's almost like the Olympics. It travels like around
Oh,
the
I didn't even
world.
know. I didn't even know about this.
Oh yeah, Star Wars Celebration. It's like think San Diego Comic-Con, but just Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Like it's the largest
Wow.
Star Wars get together in the entire world. And it was in Japan this year.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was in Japan this year, and now 2 years, because it's every 2 years, it's going to be in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So it's going to be in the U.S. over my 30th birthday. It's just like, I need to be there.
Well, I hope you make it.
I need to be there. I need to get tickets as soon as they go on sale. So that might actually end up being our first like family trip.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a
Yeah.
fun one.
So I suppose you could call that a dream family trip.
Okay, solid.
Yeah. But
Nice.
Orlando, Florida, just as a whole, is probably number one.
Okay, fair. I think it's a good list. Well, we can do a whole vacation episode later.
Yes.
Family vacation, or maybe just trip planning. How to travel as a
How
man.
to travel as a
might
man.
Be actually a very useful podcast
could
and
be.
something a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah.
As
Well,
someone who has actually done a fair amount of travel,
yeah.
I've actually.
I have not traveled a whole lot. We want to do Route 66 as well.
Ooh,
but-
see, that would be really fun.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do something like that.
Oh,
I have
man.
the longest road trip I've ever been on is from Grand Forks to Salt Lake City.
Okay.
So that's pretty sizable. We drove through the whole of Wyoming.
Yeah.
So I've done that, and I've been, of course, back, and I've flown quite a few. I've been to every region of the U.S. except for New England,
Okay.
and I've been to a fair number of states. I'd have to run the count, but I think I'm at close to 20 at least.
Wow,
now. I
okay.
think I'd have to add them all up, but I think I'd be getting close to there.
Man.
So I've been
Yeah.
I've been maybe not everywhere, but I've been a fair few places. And I've been to Canada, Italy, the Vatican. So, all right,
Okay.
I've been around.
Yeah, you're more traveled than I am.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that I have some advice to give out.
I went to D.C. for the pro-life rally.
Oh, I was there for the inauguration.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You probably had better weather in DC though at that time.
Yeah, the weather wasn't terrible. It was
I
a
will
little bit cold.
Look,
but-
I love the concept of DC, but I will say it's kind of a mess.
Oh, it's very much a mess.
I hope
Yeah.
it's better by the time this podcast is up.
Yeah,
we
I'm
shall
just
see.
glad I didn't have to drive there. Because
Oh, tell me.
oh man, to get the most frustrating part of DC. I mean, we can have a whole episode dedicated.
We're
to
Midwest
traveling,
goodbying on the podcast.
Yeah, we're very much Midwest goodbying, but this is important.
Okay, let's get it out, Joel. Let's hear it.
The most frustrating part of DC isn't
Yes.
even the politics.
It's the driving.
It's the driving.
Oh, it's awful.
yeah, because it was not built for roads.
No, what's
in
not
the first
built
place.
for people?
You go.
It's-
I'm gonna go from here to you. I gotta drive a half hour
it's
to
built
get there.
for government work and mines. Why do people live here?
It's
Why would you
insane.
live there? It's awful.
absolutely insane. I can
Oh my
walk
gosh.
anywhere in DC before I can drive there.
Walking in DC is not that bad if it's
No.
not cold or hot.
It's
not.
not.
Bad.
And you want to talk about like learning things from movies?
Mm-hmm.
The Smithsonian Air and Space Museum is not as impressive in person as it is
That is true.
in movies.
That is very true.
Yes. Yeah. It was actually quite disappointing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've been there too. It's not bad, but it's
No,
like
it's not,
Like
but-
it's the kind of place where you expect it to have like the space shuttle and all that,
Yeah.
and then you realize, oh, it's
And
over
grandiose
there.
and
Yeah,
everything,
grandiose, and it's
and
much smaller.
It's way
I
smaller.
mean, seeing the Wright brothers plane's pretty cool though.
It
at least.
is.
Like they have the first plane. That's
yeah.
neat.
No,
that's cool.
That's not to say that there's not cool things there.
It's just you think it should be bigger. They should really
Yeah.
expand it. It should be like the whole like lot that they have there. It should
yeah,
be huge.
It should. Yep. But yeah, we're gonna have to do a trip episode.
Okay, yeah,
definitely.
okay.
Yeah.
Vacation destinations and the best air and space museums in
Yes.
the U.S. might be another good one.
Very much so.
All right. Well, I think now at an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what
That's
that one
a
was
lot.
a lot longer than
But
we
I
expected.
like this one. This was good.
This one
Thank
was
you
fun.
all for tuning in. Any closing thoughts, Joel? Anything at all?
I can't think of anything. I've pretty much said my piece.
We're tapped out.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. God bless all you fathers and soon-to-be fathers out there. Thank you very much for listening to Nightlife. We hope that you all have a great night. May God bless you and richly reward you for all of your great and wonderful deeds you're about to do because you were inspired by this podcast. Anyways,
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah. Good night.